Dear President, distinguished members of ENTSO-E, dear guests and colleagues, your presence at the ENTSO-E Grids Summit reflects the essential role that Europe's transmission system operators play in ensuring that our energy systems remain reliable, resilient, and increasingly sustainable. I would like to thank you all, and especially ENTSO-E, for the leadership and for the invaluable technical expertise you bring to Europe's energy transition. Europe stands at a decisive moment for its energy system. In recent years, we have faced extraordinary challenges: an energy crisis triggered by geopolitical tensions, the urgent need to accelerate decarbonization, and growing pressures on infrastructure as electrification expands across sectors. Yet these challenges also present a clear opportunity to modernize our energy networks, strengthen our competitiveness, and deliver a cleaner and more secure energy future for European people. This context is fully reflected in the priorities of the Cyprus presidency of the Council of the European Union. Our motto, an autonomous union open to the world, is grounded in the understanding that Europe's strategic autonomy must go hand in hand with openness, cooperation, and innovation. Energy lies at the heart of this vision. An autonomous union requires secure, reliable, and affordable energy. At the same time, an open union must remain deeply integrated internally through interconnected networks and externally through partnerships with its neighbors and global partners. The green transition is therefore not only an environmental imperative, but also a central pillar of Europe's economic resilience and global competitiveness. In this regard, the work of ENTSO-E is indispensable. Transmission system operators are the backbone of Europe's electricity system. You are the architects and masters of the grid that will carry us through the energy transition. The large-scale integration of renewable energy, the electrification of transport and industry, the development of new technologies such as green and low-carbon hydrogen, and the increasing role of digitalization all depend on one fundamental condition: a robust, intelligent, and seamlessly connected electricity grid. The Cyprus presidency places particular emphasis on advancing Europe's grid infrastructure and strengthening the regulatory and investment framework that supports it. That is why the European Grids Package is a central priority of our presidency. The package represents a critical step in addressing one of the most pressing bottlenecks in the energy transition, the pace of which grid infrastructure is expanded, interconnected, and modernized. Across Europe, we're witnessing an unprecedented pipeline of renewable energy projects. Yet in many cases, the deployment of renewables is constrained by grid capacity, lengthy permitting procedures, and insufficient cross-border infrastructure. Without decisive action, these bottlenecks risk slowing down the green transition and undermining Europe's competitiveness. The European Grids Package seeks to tackle these challenges through several key measures. Firstly, it aims to accelerate grid development by improving planning processes and strengthening coordination at European level while ensuring alignment with national energy and climate plans. Secondly, the package addresses the need to streamline permitting procedures for grid infrastructure. Thirdly, the package recognizes the importance of investment certainty. A stable and predictable regulatory framework is essential to mobilize both public and private capital in order to modernize and expand our electricity networks in the coming decades. Fourthly, strengthening cross-border interconnections remains fundamental. A truly integrated European electricity market depends on the ability to move electricity efficiently across borders. From the perspective of Cyprus, this dimension is particularly significant. Our island remains the only EU member state without an electricity interconnection to the European grid. This isolation has long posed challenges for energy security, system stability, and renewable energy integration. However, projects such as the Great Sea Interconnector represent a transformative opportunity to connect Cyprus to the European electricity system and to strengthen regional energy cooperation in the Eastern Mediterranean and the wider Middle East. For Cyprus, interconnectivity is not merely a technical issue. It is a strategic objective, enhancing resilience, supporting the green transition, and deepening Europe's internal energy solidarity. At the same time, it allows us to bridge the cultural, political gaps that exist in our neighboring regions, acting as a catalyst for cooperation and peace, a role that Cyprus is particularly proud of assuming. As we advance discussions on the European Grids Package at Council level, The Cyprus presidency will work constructively with Member States and the Commission to achieve meaningful progress. Our objective is to ensure that the legislative framework supports rapid grid development while preserving the core principles of the internal energy market. In this effort, we will rely heavily on your expertise. Your insights are essential in translating policy ambition into operational reality. Grid planning, system operation, market integration, and digitalization are highly technical fields where practical experience is indispensable. Close and continuous dialogue between policymakers and system operators is therefore critical. At the same time, of course, we must not lose sight of the broader objective. The development of Europe's grids is not an end in itself. It is a means to achieve a resilient, affordable, and decarbonized energy system that supports economic growth and improves the lives of our people and the operations of our businesses. A well-functioning electricity system strengthens Europe's industry, enables innovation, and reinforces our global competitiveness and leadership in clean technologies. In this spirit, I invite you to think not just as national, but as European operators. Think beyond labels, such as central scenario, and focus on how the details can work not just for each of you, but also for Europe. I wish you a productive and successful summit and look forward to our continued collaboration in building the resilient, interconnected, and sustainable electricity system that Europe needs. Thank you.